Hey guys, Josh's Boosters here and welcome back to another Digimon video. Today I'm doing something actually I haven't done in I think about 3 weeks or maybe even a month, where I will be doing a deck profile for the 1.0 format. And this time I will actually be showing you guys my yellow deck. I wasn't really a big fan of this color at the start of the game basically, but after actually playing it I really enjoy it and I actually think it's really good. Basically I started out with the build True Champion Steven piloted during the Bandai events, but then there were some things I felt could be improved a little bit, so I tried some different ratios, different cards, and I eventually ended up with this deck, which I will be referring to as like a little bit more of an aggro yellow build, because yellow sometimes feels it's kind of weak in the offense department, while it definitely has cards that are actually really good at that. So I put those in the deck, and it seems to be pretty working out pretty well. And also this deck profile will be a perfect opportunity to show off my really cool new playmat. So yeah, let's just hop into the deck profile and I'll tell you all about my choices for the cards I'm playing. So yeah guys, just like I said, I also wanted to use this opportunity to show off my really cool custom-made Digimon Card Game playmat, which was actually designed by a very good friend of mine, Freddy Farmill. I will put up some of his social media in the description, just so if you want, you can check it out. Just look at that. Can't wait for the D-Brigade deck to come out for obvious reasons. But yeah, with that out of the way, let's actually get into the deck profile, starting off with the Digitamas. For the Digitamas I am playing 5 because, this is a grindy deck, and honestly I just feel in general playing 5 Digitamas is better than playing 4, just in case, you do end up in the grind game. As you'll see, I'm playing 4 Petermon, 1 Tokumon. In general I feel like Petermon is just the better one, especially in this version of the deck. But to be honest, in yellow, it doesn't make that much of a difference which of these you will be playing, because honestly you will not be really using their inheritable effects that often. Tokumon does come up more in the late game. But in this particular deck I'm actually playing Tinkermon, which you actually just want to start crashing into the security because you do want her in the trash. So just having Kupimon under her, and then when you start swinging you can just draw an extra card in the early game. That is pretty strong, so that's honestly the reason why I'm playing Kupimon. Just in case you don't know, Kupimon says if you have 5 or more security, trigger draw 1 card when you are attacking as an inheritable effect, and then Tokumon says your turn once per turn when an opponent's Digimon is deleted by dropping to 0 DP, which the yellow deck does a lot. This Digimon gets plus 1000 DP for the turn. So the plus 1000 is just, it does come up, but it is not that important, so that's why I value the early game advantage of Kupimon a little bit more than Tokumon, but honestly, you can pretty much just play any of these you want. Okay, so let's get into the actual deck then. Starting off with the level 3s or the rookies. I am playing triple Labramon and 4 Petermon. In general, I just feel like these are the rookies that give the best inheritable abilities to your Digimon in the yellow deck. Both of them trigger when you delete the Digimon by reducing its DP to 0. Where Petermon then says you gain 1 memory, and Labramon says you draw 1 card. So I just think Petermon is slightly better than Labramon. As you can see, their stats are exactly the same. So yeah, it's just that effect that's different. But I feel like the 1 memory is just slightly more powerful in this particular game than the drawing 1 card. I know for some people playing other card games, drawing 1 card seems super insane, but you actually draw a lot in general in Digimon anyway, and the memory just, it allows you to continue playing your turn longer or put your opponent on less memory depending on which play you are making exactly. So I just feel the advantage from the memory is a little bit, more important than the advantage from the drawing. So yeah. That's for those. Then I am also playing some just 2-drop no effect, 3000 DP. Level 3s, the reason I'm playing like 1 Tukaimon and 3 Salamon instead of 3 Salamon or 3 Tukaimon is just basically because of Omnimon, right? If you start playing multiple of these, you know, prefer to not get wiped out by an Omnimon drop on your rookies. And that just like Salamon as a Digimon a little bit more than Tukaimon, so you know. But yeah, just 3 of these. I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but like I said before, I am playing the Tinkermon Petermon package, which I will be talking about literally after this. So those basically serve the same role as the low drop vanilla rookies or level 3s, which is why I'm only playing 3, but you'll find I'm basically playing like 7 in some way. So yeah, I'll just show off the package. The Tinkermon is a level 3 here, which is 3 to play, 3000 DP, so it's decently beefy for a level 3, at least for set 1. And then the level 4 that goes with it is Petermon. Basically, Tinkermon, as you can see, it literally doesn't do anything. However, I'm playing 4 copies of it because of Petermon, which actually is 5 to play, 2 to evolve, but we mostly want to play this guy actually, even though evolving, of course, it isn't bad. But his on-play effects, actually, you may play 1 Tinkermon from your hand or Recycle Bin without paying its memory cost. So basically, every time you play this card from your hand, so not evolve, but when you play it, you can actually immediately after that play a Tinkermon from your trash or your Recycle Bin or from your hand. So let's say you're on 1 memory, playing this, making your opponent go to 4 actually gives you access to 2 Digimon, which can at certain game stage really put a lot of pressure on your opponent, and it also allows you to sort of, much like purple actually, start swinging with the Tinkermon pretty early, because you know you can get it back with the Petermon anyway, and that way, compared to other yellow decks, this yellow deck actually is able to put up similar pressure to something like Rookie Rush, which is, in my opinion, really cool and really helps out the deck, because it can struggle sometimes to deal a lot of damage. But yeah, I really like this package. I think it's really strong. Definitely, if you are playing yellow and you're not playing this, I would recommend at least checking it out and see if you like it, because I think it is pretty good. So yeah, by the way, that leaves us with 14 rookies, which I think is basically the lowest number you can play. I really do not recommend playing less than 14 rookies, because you know you always want to see one. However, in yellow, you do have access to the TK Tamer, which is kind of a consistency card as well, which is why I'm not playing as much. I would play in, say, like something like green. But yeah, so then the Petermon are the first of our level 4s, followed by Repamon. This is just a 3 to play champion, or level 4, 4000 DP, so it does get hit by a Volcanic Dramon, which is a little bit annoying. This Petermon actually has 5000 DP, so that sort of gets around it. Your Tinkermon will get destroyed, but you'll keep the Petermon, so that's alright. I'm just playing this one because I honestly feel the level 4s in yellow, aside from Petermon, are kind of lackluster, and this one's 3 to play, so if you're bricking with like no rookies, it's actually sort of fine to just play this card and evolve it up to a level 5 later, which I'm playing 4 of these. You are not allowed to play 5. And then to round off the level 4s, I'm playing just 4 of the Unimon, which is the blocker for yellow. This deck is pretty good defensively as well, because I am playing for Kentaurosmon. However, there's just certain game states where in the late game, having that one single blocker can actually seal the game for you. You know, just being able to play this and then swing for game on the next turn, if you're really in a grindy game. So that's why I opted to play 4 of this. And you know, you don't always have to use it as a blocker, you can just use it as a stepping stone if you want. But I definitely think like you want to play 12 of the level 4s, and honestly I feel all the other level 4s in the yellow deck are pretty lackluster. I was playing Angemon before, the one that says if you play it you can reduce a Digimon's DP by 3000, but it just it hardly ever came up, and I think the 5 play cost is better used on the Petermon. And then, you know, if I'm playing both Angemon and Petermon, I'm playing like a lot of level 4s that I want to hard play, which seems kind of counterproductive, so that's why I choose this ratio. So yeah. Moving on, level 5s, starting off with the best one. which is Sirenmon, which is it's a little bit like Repamon. The card pool for yellow at this point I feel like is less than ideal. I know in the next set it will be a lot better, but for now we have to deal with this, and Sirenmon is just a 5 to play, level 5, which comes up pretty often actually. Like if you really don't have any low level Digimon, you can play this for 5 costs. Like it's still, you know, a lot for just one Digimon, but sometimes you just need it to help you out. So yeah, and then the other level 5s I'm playing will be Triple Mistymon. This sometimes comes up. It's 7 to play and 3 to evolve, which is pretty expensive. The Sirenmon is only 2 to evolve, which I think is a lot better. But again, the card pool is pretty limited, so our options are limited as well. Mistymon does come up sometimes though, because it says on play you can reduce 2 of your opponent's Digimon by 3000, and you know, if you reduce Digimon to 0, it actually gets deleted. So especially when your opponent has like a bunch of rookies on the field, this can definitely swing the game in your favor. It's just, you know, expensive to evolve, and it doesn't have like an inheritable effect or anything, so that's why I'm only playing 3. And then the last 2 level 5s I'm playing will be Angelwoman. This is like the most recent addition to the deck. I was playing Magna Angemon before, the one with the inheritable ability where it gives your opponent's Digimon minus 1000 DP. But at 1000 it's just basically not enough to be, you know, necessary in a lot of games, and I felt the recovery from this might actually come up more, because usually I just use the Magna Angemon as a stepping stone to a level 6 anyway, and this actually has a effect when you just use it like that. And also the play cost is just 6, so you know, it's not as bad as having to hard play a level 7 when you're stuck. So yeah, 9 level 5s, which I think is a fair amount, and then I'm actually playing 8 level 6s. First, Kentaurosmon. This card is amazing. Basically, what it does is when digivolving, up to 5 of your opponent's Digimon, so you know, most of the time all of them, get security attack -2, which means basically when you go into this, the only Digimon that will be able to security check you is your opponent's Digimon that was in the raising area before, because it is unaffected by Kentaurosmon, or something like the Red Metal Greymon, right? But yeah, this guy is just really good at, you know, slowing down the game. Because, you know, after you've actually basically lived the turn because of this, you can possibly start cracking your opponent's board by using the DP reduction card in yellow, so that's pretty good. And then also his on deletion effect is really strong, where it says one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 11,000 DP for the turn, so this is actually strong enough to delete most of the level 6s in the game right now. And because of that, you can usually just sort of safely swing into the security, and if you hit something that's just as big as him or bigger, you can just take one of your opponent's Digimon with you. And then, you know, even if it is suspended and your opponent can attack it, it will almost always take one of their Digimon with him as well. So that's why I think this card is really strong. I also really like Kentaurosmon just as a Digimon, so, you know, pretty cool. And then the other 4 level 6 I'm playing is SlashAngemon. This card is just surprisingly strong for a non-foil. It does only have 8000 DP for level 6, but it definitely makes up with its effect, which is when digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 8000 DP for the turn. So this will delete basically everything that's under a level 6. And this is also actually the Omnimon out in this deck. Because if your opponent's Omnimon is suspended, you can reduce it with 8000, so it goes to 7000, and then SlashAngemon can actually swing over it to delete the Omnimon, so that is really, really cool, and, you know, pretty necessary in a format like we are in right now, where Omnimon's just super oppressive. And this also just, you know, helps you crack your opponent's field. Obviously, the only downside is the very low DP, but it is what it is. This will also help you trigger, you know, your cards like Labramon, Petermon. So this card is definitely very strong. So that's it for the Digimon. Then I'm playing triple of the TK Tamer. Honestly, I don't even think 4 of this is that bad. The effect is pretty good. It says when you play it, you may look at your security and then review one of those cards and add it to your hand. And then if it was yellow, you can recover the security you lost, basically. So this is kind of a consistency card, or just helps you get the card you need. And then it's also one of the 4 to play Tamers, where it says if you have 2 or less memory at the start of your turn, set your memory to 3, which I think is really, really strong. I've talked about this a lot, but basically I feel if you have one of these Tamers where you start your turn with 3 every time and your opponent does not, you're just really ahead, because you can usually put them on 1 or you know, 2 if you don't have like the ideal cards, but with this you will always be starting at 3, so you always have, you know, at least a certain amount of plays to make, and I really, really like that. I love the 4 to play tamers, and if you've watched my videos before, you know that. And then the last 4 cards in my deck are the option cards, which will be 2 of the Symphony number 1 and 2 of the 7 Heavens. Both of these are DP reduction option cards. This one is 5 to play and it reduces by 7,000, so this will usually take out anything level 5 or below. And then 7 Heavens is 7 to play and it reduces by 10,000, which takes out some level 6s and then pretty much everything level 5 or below as well. This one is really good because the play cost is just 5, which is kind of low for how strong this card is. However, as you might see, it does not have any security effect, which kind of, you know, discourages me from playing any more than this. Where the 7 Heavens actually just triggers when it's hit in the security, so that's really strong. You know, it's like a little less good version of Gaia Force or Kai's Breath or, you know, some sort. But this definitely comes up when you're dealing with decks that have, you know, big Digimon. This combined with cards like SlashAngemon, you know, they help you get rid of big threats, which is something that yellow can struggle with sometimes. But these cards really give you a really good board control game, basically. So that was the deck. 50 cards, obviously, because this is Digimon. So yeah, guys, that was the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed it and, you know, thought it was pretty good, because I think it is pretty good. If I didn't, I wouldn't be showing it to you guys. But yeah, if you did make it this far into the video, please, you know, consider leaving a like, commenting what you think about the deck, and subscribing if you haven't yet. I will be uploading a gameplay video of this probably next week, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, that's it for today. Bye!